Hey everybody, this is Craig Cottle, the Director of Nature Reliant School and Survival Instructor at DansDepot.com. This is going to be the first in a series of videos where I come back from one of the classes I teach for Nature Reliant School and I go through my kit and tell you what I utilize, what I didn't utilize, so that I can basically force myself to get better at utilizing and developing my own kit, as well as do everything I can to help you develop your own kit. The guys and gals at Dan's Depot are real good. They've always said to me when I'm making videos, talk about the stuff that you utilize even if you don't get it from Dan's Depot. So some of the stuff here you see you won't be able to get at Dan's Depot, but quite frankly, the vast majority of this stuff you will be able to get at our website. So check it out and do everything you can to support the Dan's Depot project when and where you can. So this video is going to be a bit longer than most of my videos, so bear with me because I want to go through everything and give you an idea of what I utilized. So the class that all this kit was utilized in was a tactical survival class in which I co-taught with a gentleman by the name of Rodney Van Zant of Iron Sight Defense. Check his website out, like his Facebook page. And he and I were co-teaching because he wanted to study survival skills and I wanted to study tactical skills. And so he's got those skills, I got these skills, and we came together and we taught this class. And quite frankly, we found a bunch, about 20 folks of like-minded individuals that wanted to study them together. The class consisted of about half the time me teaching survival skills and half the time Mr. Van Zant teaching a number of tactical skills from patrolling and handrailing and ambush skills and stuff of that nature, all in an effort to make sure that we had defensive measures. We're not the type that we're teaching offensive measures. What we're doing is doing everything we can to teach defensive measures so that people can defend themselves. So what I want to do is I'm going to start from the ground up on my clothes, go through my chest rig and my weapon system and my pack. Okay? So for the weekend I wore tactical research boots. These are what a lot of people are referring to these days as tennis boots because they're almost like wearing a tennis shoe, incredibly comfortable. I've been wearing these for over a year. Actually, Tracy Trimble, one of the other instructors at Nature Reliant School, got these and they just didn't seem to fit him, and he gave them to me. Fantastic boots. I love these things. I've been wearing them all the time since that time. The socks that I wore were merino wool. I had basically two pair that I had for the whole weekend. Merino wool because it wicks moisture and keeps your feet as warm as possible. My pants, I got these are proper pants, ATAX camouflage, ATAX FG actually, with a 511 belt. The belt works well. This is a belt I basically wear all the time. And these proper pants. I didn't actually use the cargo pockets that much. I had a notebook that I kept in there and kept notes throughout the weekend when Rodney was teaching. But other than that, I didn't really utilize them that much. I have another proper battle shirt that I wore for the weekend. And again, ATAX FG. This particular shirt has pockets on the sleeves, and I used the pocket on the sleeve for one. I kept some extra notes in one of the sleeves, and I kept my cell phone in another one, and it made it readily, and I really didn't notice either one of them were on my arms throughout the weekend. I also wore a t-shirt that was a wicking t-shirt. This t-shirt I've had for about 10-11 years. It's a long sleeve. I use it actually deer hunting most of the time, or grouse hunting even, but it's pretty wore out, but it wicks the moisture. It's one of the few shirts that I spent a lot of money on. I don't know, 30, 40 bucks on this t-shirt. I love this shirt, and I've got my money's worth out of it 10 times over. The hat that I wore was basically tactical tailor with a DTOM, Don't Tread on Me morale patch. And I had a chamois that I wore. We have these at Nature Reliant School that we sell. And I wore this most of the weekend. I wore it in the mornings and at night when it started getting cool, but I didn't need to wear it during the day. But it helped maintain some heat around my neck throughout the colder times of the period that I was out. In case it got cold, I had a couple of things that I was going to utilize, but I had a polypropylene military issue long sleeve shirt that I ended up not wearing at all the whole weekend. Then I have a polar fleece jacket that you can't get anywhere but in Alaska. These are handmade by a homeschooling family in Alaska. My in-laws lived in Alaska for nearly 20 years and they bought me this many years ago. I actually, on Friday night, I didn't take basically any sleeping gear. I got a bivvy that I'm gonna show you in a moment, but I didn't take a sleeping bag or anything of that nature. And I basically slept in this jacket. And I do that all the time, where I take this jacket out and I basically just lay right down on the ground with some structure on the ground to insulate me. But this jacket I've been wearing for 15 years and been incredibly useful. It has a wind block in it so that you don't get the wind through the polar fleece. Fantastic jacket. I love this. There's all kinds of these that you can buy at Dan's Depot. Not this particular kind, but just a polar fleece wind block jacket. Also, on Saturday night, I thought I'd try something else. So on Saturday night, basically what I did was I wore the t-shirt and my down vest. And this is kind of overkill. This is extra weight, but I wanted to try both to see what they would do. I actually was more comfortable wearing the vest and the t-shirt than I was wearing the jacket. I ended up getting hot and sweaty in the jacket, which is not so good. But this worked out really well, t-shirt and a down vest. Another item that I took that I did not utilize is this is a liner, military issue liner. You can get these from Dan's Depot from the Rothko stuff, I believe. But I took these and was going to put these on as pants to sleep in at night over top of my gear, because basically the stuff that I was wearing, excluding my boots, I wore the whole weekend. I didn't take that stuff off. So I was going to put these on to help insulate me, but it just didn't get cold enough. It got down to about 45 and I just didn't really need them at all, so I didn't wear them. The sleeping system. You all know, if you watch my videos at all, how much I love Hennessy hammocks. I decided to try to go without it, and because I've gotten so used to sleeping in that thing and I'm real comfortable, and I wanted to just basically lay down on the ground this time. So what I did is I have a bivvy system. It's got the military issue bivvy system. Again, you can get this from Dan's Depot. This is the bivvy cover, and it comes with 2 sleeping bags, and it's rated for, 5,000 degrees below zero. I don't know what it is. It's really cold when you put all of it together. But this is basically a rain cover or a weather cover to keep moisture off of you. Basically, this is it for me in the weekend. This and the woobie that everything's laying on, a poncho liner, sometimes called a woobie. Basically, I laid this down on the ground, laid the woobie on inside of the bivvy, and with the clothes that I had on, I just laid down on the ground, and that kept me incredibly warm the whole weekend. Again, it got down to about 45 at night, so it really wasn't that cold, wasn't that big of a deal. But that was plenty of a sleep system for me for the weekend. That allowed me to keep all my gear on, not my gear necessarily, but my clothes. And if I needed to get up, because the class was intended to be like this, if I needed to get up and go, then I could just grab very little supplies because I had it all packed up and I could just run and go. So that's basically my sleep system. I did set up my tarp, but I didn't actually put it over me. I wanted to see how much the dew would affect landing on my face. I've done this for years, but I hadn't done it in a long time because I got so fond of the hammocks, but didn't bother me at all. I actually set up in case it started raining, and it never did, so I didn't actually use the poncho over me. What I did was, this is a rain cover from Eberly stock that you can get through Dan's Depot. This goes to my Eberly stock pack. This is a rain cover. It's got orange on one side, camo on the other. But basically what I always do with this, if it's not raining, is I take any extra clothing that I might have and I put it up in here, and then this becomes my pillow for the night. Pack. You should have known I'd be talking about this Warhammer. I love my Eberly stock packs. I can't say enough about them. This class was perfect to try out this pack. What I've done since the last time you saw this pack and me reviewing it is that I bought a little brother from Eberly stock through Dan's Depot, and I have put it into my Warhammer, and I attached another like extra pouch here that kept my metal water bottle in it. You know why I use metal water bottle. If you don't, you need to be watching my videos or coming to a class. this pack worked well. The Eberly stock has got the fanny pack in it. This used to be my escape and evasion pack that I was always have all my necessary items to run and go and get away. However, because I used a chest rig this weekend, I'm getting ready to go over, this basically took in just basic extra stuff. And the extra stuff was, you know, like my gloves, I had an extra bandana, my knife sharpener, and batteries, extra batteries, and foot powder. Got to take care of your feet. If you're not taking care of your feet, you're not taking care of yourself. So everything that you see here except the chest rig and my rifle was in this pack. And when I got done, everything, chest rig, pack, and rifle, everything together weighed about 82 pounds. And so we operated all weekend with basically necessary supplies, and we left our ruck sitting while we were training, but we carried our rifles, handguns, as well as a chest rig or a day pack with us the whole weekend. Eberly stock worked great for that. Fantastic pack. I can't say enough. I end up carrying, how many liters is this? Yeah, can't see. Anyway, what is that? How many liters a big clean canteen bottle is. Plus I had another 3 liters in a water bladder, and then I had another water bladder, had 2 liters, because I carried in 5 to 6 liters of water on my back. That's where a lot of the weight came from. The food that I ate this weekend, I had a bunch of like Mojo Cliff Bars, as well as some Cliff Bar bites or shots or something like that. I can't remember what it was. This was a class where we didn't really have a lot of downtime to sit down and eat. So basically we were eating as we were doing stuff. And so I had a lot of bars on me to basically just eat on the run, on the move, whenever there was any slight downtime. I also had one MRE, military meal ready to eat meal that I had for each day. So I was getting in about 3,000 calories, and I was burning them all up too. I ended up losing about 5 pounds over the weekend, even though I was taking in 4,000 calories a day. So that worked out really well. So next what I want to do is go into my chest rig. My chest rig, this bad boy is on me all weekend long, and I'm going to tell you what all I have on it. This is a 511 pouch. This is a 511 pouch. This IFAC kit, not the items in it, but the IFAC pouch, and this TQ pouch, basically tourniquet pouch. These two are made by SOE out of Tennessee, and this is another, I think this is Tactical Tailor pouch. I've got a bunch of pouches, but they all worked really well. I didn't put one of the things I screwed up on is I got in a hurry when I put this one on, and I didn't actually molly it in. I just clipped it in real quick. That sucked all weekend. It kept bouncing up and down, and I really didn't have time to fix it. But in this one, I carried my poncho and a couple little snacks. This has my tourniquet in it. This has basically what used to be in my fanny pack, my escape and evasion kit in it. I'm gonna go over that in detail in a moment. This is my Ranger Silva compass. This has my GPS in it, and this again is my IFAC, my individual first aid kit, which has another tourniquet in it, decompression, chest decompression needle, H bandages, Israeli bandages, 3 cravats. I also took a little pill box that had little various over-the-counter meds like ibuprofen and some headache medicine and stuff like that. This also has super glue duct tape in it for first aid. Have a Midland radio that I used an earbud on. The Midland radio worked really well. We've been trying to come up with a decent, affordable system that we use in Nature Reliance School classes, and this Midland radio has been doing really well for us. Pretty sure you can get these on Dan's Depot too, but basically this is the camo version. I broke the screen on it, jumping around, falling and stuff, but worked really well for our needs for this class, and has an earbud. Get this puppy back down in there. Earbud worked really well. I have the earbud system where it sits here, and then you have a button right here. That worked really well, except that ends up hurting my ear after extended wear, so I got to figure something out with that. I've got P-mags for the rifle that are in this chest rig. This chest rig is from 511, entire chest rig. So I was carrying 3 P-mags in here, 2 pistol magazines. This is my Blind Horse Knives tactical Tonto knife. Utilized that all weekend. I also have a Mora companion that I kept in my kit as a backup. This is my backup system here. This is what I had on me at the time. So got trauma shears here. Now let's dig into this little kit a little bit. So in this kit, I have some paracord that I utilized all weekend long for various classes. I have some water purification tablets. I have 3 of the fast fires, a lighter and a ferro rod in here as a waterproof system for fire building. This did not get utilized. This is my kit, so I utilized other stuff as I was teaching the class, but this was my safety net for in case I actually ended up needing to survive. Had my headlamp that I utilized throughout the weekend. Has both white light and just a flip. This is a Petzl headlamp. Had this one long before I even knew who Dan's Depot was. Been utilizing that for years. I have the Frontier Pro, which has the bite valve on it. You can take this portion off and make this a straw. Real easy to utilize. It's exactly like the Aquamarine filter straws that you get from Dan's Depot. You get this from Dan's Depot too, but the ones that I utilize on video a lot is what I normally carry. I brought this one because I was going to carry a hydration bladder on my back, and this just simply clips right into it. I can put dirty water basically into the hydration bladder and then just put the filter on it and drink through it. I have one of the casualty blankets, survival blankets, orange on one side, silver on the other. Bandana, and again more paracord for survival use, and then filters for the filter straw. And that's basically it. That's my go-to. So basically what I have in my consideration in this particular setup is I have everything I need in an emergency. So I've got the cordage, got the knife, and I'll put that back in a minute. I had a poncho in here to build shelter. So I had everything I needed to take care of my immediate needs. In a true, although it was a class, in case something really bad happened and it was a true survival situation, I had everything I needed. Last but not least, I had a double star AR-15 that I borrowed from a friend of mine. These are made in my hometown, Winchester, Kentucky. Fantastic weapons. We actually didn't shoot one single time through the weekend. It was a training event on tactics, not necessarily on shooting ability. So it was just movement strategies and stuff of that nature. I used P-mag for it. One of the things I like about the P-mags is that I had, I've used the metal magazines as well, and they seem to rattle around a little bit more than I'm comfortable with. I think they cycle a little bit better. That's me personally, but the P-mag doesn't make the noise, and in this particular class I didn't want to make a lot of noise. My strap, my sling is a you can set it up 2-point or 3-point. It's from Magpool. It's real easy. Make sure that you use the locking mechanism on these straps so you can set this up and it doesn't come loose in an unneeded situation, so it goes from a 1-point to a 2-point rather quickly. Right before I went to class, my son was in the class too, and I realized I didn't have I carry my Glock 19 that you've seen in the other video in an inside the pants carry, and I realized right before we left that I didn't have I only had one outside the pants carry. So I went and bought this Phobos. This is GL2. This is what I think about this thing. I mean, I only had to draw my sidearm 2 times in a particular situation, and both times the whole thing came out, the gun came out with the holster on it. Bad news. That's really bad news. So I'm not going to use that thing anymore. I've got another Phobos that I really love, but that one right there is just, it doesn't have tension. It doesn't have good tension on the paddle. So I'm gonna have to find something different than that. The one thing that I could not find to show you, I don't know what I did with it when I started getting all my gear out, is that the chest rig has an area for a map case. I have an Eberly Stop map case. You can see that in the review where I do the Warhammer review. I kept all the agenda for the class and my maps of the location and my compass right here on my chest, so that I had it readily available. That stuff was all easy to use and easy to get a hold of. So that's my kit. I know I rushed through it pretty quickly there. And I hope that you got everything you needed to know. If not, just email me. Email me anytime, info@naturereliance.org, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. You can put comments down in the video below, and I'll answer I'm the one that answers all the comments on the YouTube videos, so feel free to put something down there, and I'll answer any questions I have about my kit. Again, sorry, I went through that really fast, but I'm not one of these guys that wants to make you sit around looking for 30 minutes at my kit. Ugh, that would be too boring. But that gives you an idea, and if you want to know something further, just hit me up, and I'd be happy to help you. So that's it. Signing off here. Thanks for watching, and hope you continue to give us a thumbs up on our videos, subscribe to our channel, share it with as many people as you like, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, at your local parlor, at your local church, at your local hangout spot. Tell people about it, and we appreciate it. Until next time, hope to see you on or off the trail.